and welcome to another live stream. Today we're going to be doing some sourcing on Qogita. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I really should know how to pronounce that correctly. How is everyone doing on this fine Tuesday evening? Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all having like a very profitable month. But yeah, we'll wait for a few more people to jump in, and then we'll go ahead and go straight into the sourcing. My neighbour's cat is, can hear it. You probably can't hear it, but she's crying to come into my apartment. But I'm ignoring her, so. And my throat's a little bit iffy at the moment, so. But yeah, so I am on live stream. So I'm not sure if I just posted that out to everyone, just send the message out to everyone, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Hopefully I've... Oh no, God's sakes. Is that right? Is that the right video? Have I done the wrong video? Share. Copy. Edit. There we go. Wrong video. Being an idiot. Cool. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, I'm all over the place today. Yeah, I'm a bit warm. I think I'm coming down with something anyway. So, cool. How's everyone doing anyway? Sorry, a bit of a slow start there. So, we're going to be doing some sourcing on Qogita. Hey, Snappy, how's it going? Hey, Kevin, how's it going? Hopefully, you've not hit any kind of hurricanes in where you live in Florida. And it's looked absolutely crazy. Hey Jacob, how's it going? Hey Empire. Hey Demetrius, is it? Demetrius? Sorry, I'm terrible at pronouncing names. God, excuse me. Today we're going to be sourcing on Qogita. So just to give you an idea of what we're going to be doing, we're going to be, I'm going to put this on the screen here, is we're using, I just did a video on this actually as well. So we're going to be doing taking a file from the Qogita price drop server, and links for all these, by the way, and the discount codes are in the description. But essentially what I've done is I've taken the CSV file of all the price drops that have happened for the past day. I've put them into Arbisource, and then we're going to go and review those deals. So that's kind of the step-by-step process that I do every day to find deals on Qogita. And let me just get the little presentation that I've got up showing you all the different codes you can use to get 25% off your first month on Qogita price drops, 30% off on Arbisource in your first month, and then £120 off your first order with Qogita. So those are all those. But again, all this information's in the description of the video. It should be anyway. So yeah, before we get started, let's just see. So Lucky got two screens running two lives at one time. Okay, cool. Who's the other live? I'm not sure I could process two audio things coming in, but sure. Alexandre, Lego is forbidden brand on Amazon. I don't think so, no. So I think it's just in the USA, my understanding. I'm not that familiar with what's going on, but it seems to be only the USA. If you're not only in USA, and only if you've not got a USA company. So, Reseller Kid, you don't like newsletters? Why is that? Why do you not like newsletters? What's your issue with those then? Let me know. And yeah. What's this I hear about hard gating during Q4? I mean, I've not heard of hard gating during Q4. It's definitely hard to get ungated on some of these perfume brands right now. They are being very strict. That's something I've seen. It's not hard gated, just being extraordinarily strict with some of the perfume brands. So Caroline Herrera, Paco Rabanne, I guess all of them basically. A little bit more difficult to get ungated on. So, but yeah, Pete, let me know why you don't like newsletter sourcing. So, right, anyway, let me just move over to the talking head, and we'll go ahead and do some. Yeah, sure, no problem. Come and go as you please. So let's go ahead to the talking head. Let me just make sure I've got myself muted here. Focus, put myself on sleep. And make sure we can zoom in as well. So this is actually a product I found earlier. I don't think there's enough stock. Oh no, there is now actually. So maybe you can actually buy this. There wasn't any 47 available when I last looked at this. So, FBA just on Qogita right now. So this is Arbisource. I've run some scans. I've got a scan running right now. It's taken quite a while to go through actually, because I think I did the pictures, the image searching. But we'll have a quick look at this as well. Hey Adam, how's it going? Thanks for joining. You love newsletters. So I don't know what Pete's issue is with newsletters. And by the way, it's not, as I mentioned in yesterday's stream, it's not just the newsletters. It tells you like about discount codes. It tells you where the sales are. That's what it's for. That's what newsletters are for, basically. So if you don't like, well, hey, each to their own, of course, each to their own. Let me just move me maybe up here, might be better. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Cool. So yeah, let me just get myself organized and we'll go ahead and get started then. So I'm just going to zoom in on the chat a little bit here, zoom in on Arbisource a little bit. And let's look at some of these results then. So as you know, the first thing I love to do here is to just add a few filters in, just to get rid of some of the tat here. So just going to put like a £1.50 profit, probably a 15% ROI, get rid of the exclude results of that buy box and apply filters. And go from there and see if we can find anything. So immediately off the bat, I see there's a Clinique one here. Actually, someone pointed out to me yesterday, it was Brad, that you can look at the very right-hand side here and it shows the variation numbers. So that's kind of a nice thing to see. Now, what I normally do is order by either BSR or by monthly sales, but I've just noticed this Clinique one. So I'm just going to go ahead and have a look at this one quickly and see if this is profitable or not. So I don't think we need actually Qogita open right now. So Adam's saying, yeah, 20% off codes. What website though? Actually, you don't have to tell us the site now. It's fine. Picking up sales trends, write them down. Yeah, I mean, if you're willing to do the work, Adam, like you are, then obviously you're going to be finding these things very useful. If you just want to be given everything, you know, on a silver platter, then you know everything's going to tank, and it'll be very easy to find the deals, and everyone will find them. So. You know, yeah, so, but yeah, it's all good though. Like, everyone has their own sourcing methods that they prefer. For me, newsletters work really well. Admittedly though, my main sourcing method right now is Qogita. So I've not actually done newsletter sourcing now in like 2 or 3 months actually. It's been a bit slow on that front because I've just been buying so many deals on Qogita. So Snappy says, love newsletters myself. Cool, awesome. That's good to hear. So I think it's good. So this one here, this Clinique, this was meant to be a restricted brand, but it just never seemed to have happened. 50 SPM, which is quite nice. I think the price looks a little bit inflated, but we'll go ahead and have a look anyway. £19.36. And by the way, when I find any good deals, I'll post them in the chat, and you can go ahead and buy them. So yeah, all the details to sign up to all these services are in the chat. So looking at this one here, we can see that what's the price right now? £41. That definitely seems a little bit on the high side. In the past 3 months, it's been around the £24 mark. And then let's have a look here what we've got. Yeah, so at £24, I'm pretty sure we're going to be losing money. Losing £2.28, and obviously right now it's just an inflated price. Let's look at the year and have a look, and we can see this is pretty much inflated. So this is why it's always good to look at sort of the price history of these things, and we can see that yeah, there's been a new seller for $24.99 pretty much the whole time. So let's see if they're FBA. So the buy box actually has been around 28, but this is an inflated price, so we'll just move on from this one. So initially looked okay, but not so good. Empire says, your thumbnail's improving. Thanks, I appreciate it. I've got my editor who's doing it basically. So yeah, my editor, he does my videos for me. He does my thumbnails for me. I did actually have a dedicated thumbnail person, but he was in Pakistan, and I could not for the life of me pay him. I owe him $10 still. Put that on the record. I cannot pay him. I've tried, I think, 3 different methods now, and every time it's bounced back. It's so, and even tried Western Union, and they just held the money. They've actually still got my money, so I couldn't pay the guy. So when you're hiring outside help, ask what country they're in and see if you can actually pay them, because it's actually extraordinarily difficult to pay people in some countries. But yeah, my video editor, actually, he's in Bangladesh, and it's been a struggle today to pay him. So just like with all virtual assistants and all people I hire, I pay them twice a month, on the 15th and the 30th, or end of the month. But yeah, I've been struggling to pay him today, but I think we hopefully got it resolved. So let's actually order this by BSR, I think we'll go with this time, and have a look. So CeraVe, I'm pretty sure this is like an okay brand. I've definitely sold this in the past, but I did notice earlier on, I've seen this one in an earlier scan, because I sourced myself this morning, that there was like this big drop off here. I'm not sure if this was like an IP claim or what happened with this here. So just something to be kind of aware of on this one. So I think the brand's still okay. I've just zoomed in a little bit so we can see this a bit better. Of course, I'm getting DMs now, so awesome, Spence. Good to hear. So I do appreciate that. Let me just get rid of all this here quickly. So this one here costs $9.13. I hope I'm not coming down with something. So it's not the best profit, this one. I mean, it does sell a crazy amount though, 9,000 a month. So, you know, on this one, if the price, you know, when we go down, look at the pricings, the price chart, you know, this could be kind of interesting. You know, I'm willing to take £1.78 and 19% ROI if I can sell, you know, a good chunk of this 9,000 per month. So we'll scroll down and have a look here. Let me just get rid of new third-party FBA. So we can see here that this price of 18.50 is pretty high. It's not been that much very often, so there's not much margin for error there, really. AC, I just buy anyway, to be honest. People have now, I've seen 3 people confirmed who have fought authenticity claims with just the Qogita invoice. So I just buy, to be honest. It's all good now. So they are working on the solution. I think it's nearly ready to be rolled out, at least a temporary solution anyway. But yeah, so it doesn't worry me at all, to be honest. And I say now 3 people have fought authenticity claims with just the Qogita invoice. Obviously, you can get the seller invoice as well. That's more ideal, but you don't actually need it. So, but yeah, this CeraVe one's just an inflated price. So we'll skip that one. But it's a shame. Something to keep an eye out on maybe if they can get a bit cheaper. We can actually have a look on Qogita and have a look at the price history on this one. Maybe it's been cheaper. Okay, look here. We can see this one was £6.53. So whoever got this one at £6.53 got a really good deal. That would have been really profitable, I'd imagine. But yeah, you can see the price history here. Now, one thing I will point about this price history on Qogita, by the way, this is a snapshot of prices that's taken at the end of each day. So unlike with Keeper, where they obviously like seem to update the prices like on an hourly basis or whatever, although it does say 1 hour here now actually. So that's a new thing. Oh, yeah, okay. Maybe they changed it. It used to be once a day, but now maybe they're doing it more frequently now. So, okay, that could be interesting. Just noticed that there. So, cool. Maybe they've actually changed that then. So CeraVe's no good. L'Oreal. Yeah, we can sell this brand, I'm pretty sure. So, again, a variation. We can see this has got 35 variations on the right-hand side here. 3,500 sales a month, but not for this particular one. That's all the variations together. This one here doesn't even break 50, according to Amazon. 40 SPM. Look, there still could be some money in this, to be fair. £3.40 cost. Don't know why my internet's being so slow. You know what? If you get a bunch of these ones that... okay, Dimitri's saying that's a certain seller only. Are you talking about the Qogita price chart? That's a good question. I'll have to ask. I was pretty sure it's just for the listing, but if you're saying it's just for the seller, that's kind of interesting. So, okay. I'll have to look into that. I'll have to ask just to confirm that. I'll be honest, I don't look at the Qogita price history that often. I'm just looking at if something's profitable through Arbisource. So this one here could be quite nice. It's not the fastest seller in the world, but it's still could be profitable. So £12.41. It's definitely a little bit on the high side in terms of price. It has been, looking at the year, it's been about 50%. No, about I'd say 25, 30% of the time. It's been about sort of £13, £12.50. Rest of the time it's been lower. So, I don't know. It's an interesting one. £11.30, is that still profitable? It's probably a bit thin, this one. Yeah, I don't know, 50% ROI is not too bad. I mean, it might be worth a little gamble. If you need to get the minimum order quantity up for a certain seller, this one's not a bad one to go for. Not bad as well if you can get your £120 discount as well. So, cool. That's really interesting. I didn't realise that was the seller for certain seller only. That's really Not that useful, actually. Yeah, okay. So yeah, last time I spoke to them, they said it was a snapshot once a day, but I guess I didn't actually clarify. I assumed wrongly, I suppose, that it was for all sellers. But yes, that's an interesting one. Okay. Cool. So let's have a look. Estee Lauder. I do like this brand. Actually, I've done a lot of money with this brand in the past. Okay, this is looking a little bit exciting. I'm seeing 500 sales per month. £24.30 for this one. So we've got a £9 profit at the current price. This one's saying £3.86 profit. So let's see what the difference is here. So this is saying a $39.47 sale price. This is saying 47. So the price is obviously a little bit inflated here right now. I'm not sure why it's saying 47. It's just missed the seller here. So we're doing £3.88 profit, 16% ROI at £39. Again, this price is a little bit inflated. It's been a lot lower in the past. However, looking at the year, you can see it does actually sometimes go to like £39-40. This is why something on this one I'd probably skip it because the ROI is just not that great. You've not got much margin for error here. If this goes down to like $31.50, which is what it looks like it will do, you're going to be losing money. And I like my downside to be sort of break even. There's not enough upside on this one to make it worthwhile. So I'm just going to close this door because my neighbour's cat is crying to come in. So she comes and visits nearly every day. But yeah, so cool. I'm just answering a DM there. So we'll skip that one basically. Again, just being very careful here that we're not buying anything that's got an inflated price. Max Factor can be a really good brand as well. So we can see here that this is £3.17 profit, £7.24 buy price. So I've looked at this one before apparently when it was a little bit more expensive by a few pence. Let me just, here we go, get rid of that. So this one seems to be selling a little bit less than 50 SPM, 48 according to Keeper, so a little bit lower than 50. The price of $15.98. You know what? That's actually not the realm possibility. This one looks pretty solid overall. We can see here that pretty much when the buy box is available, it's around the sort of £15-16 mark. So this actually looks like a really good deal, to be fair. I swear I recognize this one. Maybe I've bought this one in the past. I'm not sure. So, but yeah, this one kind of, yeah, saying that though, there's so many different shades and stuff that I'm sure I've looked at this one before, but not this shade. But yeah, this one looks kind of interesting, to be fair. This one could be quite a nice one. Let's actually check it out on Qogita now. So we've got £6.04. There's 54 available. So yeah, that looks like a really good lead there. So let's just add that to cart and we'll have a look and see. So we've got find suppliers here. Let's have a quick look and see. We may have found our first one. So Dimitri says, basically I bought many items cheaper price but never got registered on the graph. Yeah, because that's because they only do a snapshot once a day, or that's what they told me, unless they've changed it, of the prices. So that's why it won't show some of those lower prices there. So they do it like a snapshot at, say, midnight of what the current price is, and that's what goes on the chart. But yeah, so we've got this one here. If someone wants to go ahead and buy this. Now, there's an extra thing I've been doing, actually. Let me just quickly switch view quickly while I just go to this website. So EAN. One thing to double check, by the way. Let me just go back to Talking Head quickly, is to just double check and make sure that the EAN you're buying does actually match the product on Qogita. So what I use is this site called scanbot.io lookup tool, and I just put the EAN in here. And I go ahead and click find, and it's just double checking that this is the exact product that I'm buying. So Max Factor Miracle Touch Liquid Illusion Foundation, 0.75 golden. So this is pretty much, let's just double check and make sure this is the correct one. Miracle Touch Cream SPF 30. So this is the one we're getting from, let me just double check quickly. This is the ASIN we're looking at, 2880. Yeah, so as long as it matches up the Amazon listing, then you're all good basically. So this is what we're just double checking, because one downside to Qogita, they've basically said, is that the title and the image doesn't mean anything essentially. What you are buying is the GTIN number. So always just double check this number to make sure it actually corresponds to what you think you're buying. In this case, it is this Amazon listing here matches this, and we're all good to go. So this looks like a really good lead to me. I'll post the acing in there. Quite a nice little cheap lead. No problem. It's all good. Yeah, thank you. Do appreciate that. It's fine. I believe you. But yeah, so if you want to buy that, that's a good little lead there for you guys. So there's how many in stock? 52 available. Well, I don't know what 50. It's about £100 profit there, I think. So there you go. If someone wants to go ahead and buy that, they can. So just checking something there on my emails. We're all good, I think. Yeah. So if you guys got any questions, by the way, while I'm doing this, that feel free to ask. If you've got any questions about Amazon, you got any questions about Qogita or Qogita price drops or anything like that, let me know. And by the way, Qogita price drops, there is only, let me have a quick look, 28 people now in there, 28 people paying, excluding me, so 27 people. So it's pretty exclusive in there, and it's going to be capped to 50 for the foreseeable future. So, that's quite an exclusive little group of people that are taking advantage of these price drops. And there's plenty of deals on there, so I wouldn't worry too much about, being saturated and stuff like that. Like, I don't have enough money to buy the leads by a long shot. Yesterday, I spent over £8,000 on Qogita. Today, I spent, not too much, maybe 1,000, I think. No, it's about 800, I think, actually. So there's plenty of deals anyway. So you can just see deals like this, like a quick £100. We've been sourcing for 20 minutes, and I found £100 worth of profit. So you can see how profitable this site really is. And I'm pretty sure I've looked at this one before in the past, or I've more likely seen a different, color. There are so many different variations of this kind of thing. But yeah, so that's the one thing, just to double check and make sure you're getting the exact correct color, because there are so many different shades and stuff of these cosmetic items. But yeah, this is a great website that I just using to double check, sanity check things now on Qogita, just to make sure that everything matches up correctly before I buy it. But yeah, cool, awesome. There's a great one there. So let's have a look here. So we've got this one, £1.83. Super Stay. Let's have a look at this one. What brand is this? Maybelline, is it? Yeah, Maybelline, yeah. So this one's 50 SPM, or 50 plus, I should say. Apparently, I've looked at this one before. $7.12 now, so it's gone down in price slightly. So, oh, cool. That Shoal lead I found last week came back in stock today. And I hope you bought it up, Matthew. So that's the other thing as well. You're going to build up not only new products, but a bunch of replens as well. It's just kind of crazy. And actually, that might be quite an interesting thing that maybe we can get in Qogita price drops, actually, which is not my server, by the way, just to point that out, but it is run by my younger brother. I don't get any benefit from, people joining and stuff, obviously, apart from helping him out. But yeah, I could obviously I've helped him. I've recommended certain things to him, and I think, what would be quite nice maybe is allowing people to maybe add replenishable items in there, so they can get alerted via DM or some webhook or whatever it is, and they can basically track products they want to track for. So I think, that could be quite a nice thing. Yeah, I think it's in the pipeline, all of them. Okay, well, so it says Arbisource where you need to sort out the confirmed sales. Oh, sort by confirmed sales would be nice. What do you mean by confirmed sales? Am I missing something here? I know Arbisource guy is always trying to improve things, so yeah, he works really hard on the software to improve it. And actually, you may have seen, they've got this brand new feature here, which I'll scroll down, which is this Arbisource reverse search. And we can see here that you can actually buy this apparently on the Tino for £7.21. So actually, you're getting it slightly under on the Tino price, but obviously you can buy it in bulk from Qogita. But it's interesting to see that you can see here that this is it shows you where you can actually buy this from retailers, which is kind of interesting as well. So if we go and pick another one like this one, for example, Peachy. Okay, yeah, interesting, yeah. So yeah, I wonder how easy that is to get. I'm not sure. To be honest, I'm not sure. So this Peachy one here, for example. If we scroll down, we can see that actually this one here is available from Latino, Cosmetis, Savers, Superdrug, and it's got all the prices in there. So you can see how powerful this Arbisource reverse search is that's built into Seller Amp. So, but you need obviously Seller Amp and Arbisource as well for this. So, but yeah, I get what you mean now. I see, yeah. Do you have many order cancellations? I have in the past, but not recently. It is annoying when you do get cancellations. I do think they need to start punishing sellers, like if they keep cancelling, but it does happen. So I accept that mistakes happen. The one thing I don't like is it's very one-sided. They can cancel on us, but we can't cancel on them. So essentially, once we purchase something through Qogita, it's basically that's a final sale. But at the same time, the seller's able to cancel. So I'm not a big fan of that really. But they're looking to improve Qogita and stuff, so it's all good. Anyway, let's look at this one. We're on the wrong one now, actually. I think this was no good. I've looked at this in the past anyway. So let's check this one out here. Different shade here. We've got 200 SPM, 696. Where am I from, Pete? I am originally from Cambridge, or Cambridgeshire, I should say. So, and then I live in Nottingham right now. So you know where I'm from, Pete. So, yeah. Do I sound posh? Thank you. Or not? I don't know. Yeah. So, oh, the Max Factor, is that sold? Is it? Yep. Someone bought that Max Factor. Interesting. No, they didn't. Okay, they didn't. Okay, never mind. It's weird it showed sold out for me. Anyway, let's look at this Max Factor, this Maybelline one here. So we've got a buy price of $6.96. So it's not looking like crazy profitable, but it has got 200 SPM. So, I'd make it, does that explain it, does it, Pete? Okay. Yeah, is that a posh air, is it? Okay. Yeah, inflated price on this one. So we'll skip that one basically here. So, a lot of the stuff I'm looking at here, most of the time, the reasons I'm excluding them is because the price is just inflated. And to be fair, we could even save some time by just looking at this chart here and going, this looks inflated. But obviously, I'm trying to go through the entire process here. But when you're sourcing, whether you're sourcing on here or sourcing on any kind of, whether you're doing reverse sourcing or newsletter sourcing, which is Pete's favorite, the reseller kid's favorite sourcing method, whether you're doing any kind of sourcing, 99 out of 100 things you look at are going to be passes. So the quicker you can say no to those 99, the faster you're going to be to find those one or two good ones. So a lot of the times you're just saying no as quickly as possible, and that's going to help speed up your sourcing. So you can see here, like, this is just a no because it's inflated. This one again looks like a little bit of a no as well. We can see it's normally around £15. Right now the price is around sort of £18. So again, probably a no on this one given that kind of profit level. So you can see here, this is a great way to kind of skip through things a little bit quickly, but obviously I'd like to try and show you the analysis of all this. So here's a very stable price chart here, £2.20 profit. You can start seeing now we've got this. I think this is the second Garnier one here. So each one in its individual state, by itself isn't going to be making you a lot of money, but if you can start stocking 10 or 20 different colors of these, you can suddenly see how you can start building up quite a nice little profit margin. Because obviously this is 36 sales per month. I think the last one was maybe 40, I can't remember. So now we've made 76, SPM from 2 products. So this one here, looking at the year, does look a little bit inflated, but it's been sort of this price for now for 3-4 months. A little bit inflated, but this could be quite a nice one, I suppose. Plenty of profit in this one. Did I just type that in? I'm not sure. 238. I've obviously looked at this before. No, I haven't. No. Okay, 268. So it's come down in price. Oh, it's gone up in price. Sorry, I can't. But yeah, so you can see here, this one's not a bad little one as well. Not the best. I'm sure there's better deals we can find. But you know what? Going for these kind of ones here, they can build up profit. You can make an extra, get a bunch of these. They're making you 30, 50, £100 a month. And, before you know it, you get 10 of those and you're making £100 a month. You've got an extra £1,000 profit a month off something that doesn't actually cost that much money, really. So let's have a look at this one here, Max Factor one as well. Price looks very inflated on this one, as we can see here. And given that profit of £1.55, we'll skip that one. Now, this is a brand I'm not too sure about. I've obviously clicked on this before, but I'm not sure if this is IP or not. So we've got 2,000 sales a month. And unfortunately, the first indicator that this is IP is that it is sold by the same brand, Rosalique, I think it's called. Is that like a rip-off of Clinique? I guess the person who owns this is called Rosa or something, or Rosaline. And yeah, so we can see here that they're on the listing. This is a very good indicator. This is going to be IP. You probably won't be able to sell this. Interestingly, there were actually some sellers in the past on this one, but I mean, kind of interesting. But if the past year, though, I mean, there were a few sellers back here, but it's kind of gone down to 1 or 2 sellers now. So probably not worth the risk on this one. You've got the brand on the listing. They look relatively new as well, 123 sellers. So let's actually just check and make sure it's not someone who's just trying to like copy it, I suppose. Okay, it is Rose Leak Skincare. Okay, cool. So it just occurred to me that someone could like try and fake that it's IP by kind of naming their store Rose Leak, but they could be called something totally different. Yeah, there's maybe a little idea for you guys there. But yeah, so that's no good, unfortunately. So this is a brand we'll need to get rid of, I think. I'll just pass this on to my brother now to exclude it. So, okay, Shoal, here we go. Is this similar to the one we looked at last time that you mentioned, Matthew? I guess this is it. Still struggling here. What are you struggling with, Chris? Which elements are you struggling with? Let me know. I'll do the best I can to help you. So this might be the one that Matthew mentioned earlier, the Shoal one. So 1000 SPM. I'm assuming it's been bought out now for £6.60. Yep, it's gone already. So again, we can see that price drop wasn't registered on here because I guess it got bought too quickly. This one was updated 6 hours ago. This was a very nice one. So if you can get these when they come back in stock, that is a good one to go for. So what happens if I don't pay my Qogita credit back on time? So they charge interest, don't they? I think I can't remember the exact percentages, but first month's free. Well, it was for me anyway. First month was free. Second month was like 2.5%, and the third month was 4%. If you don't pay your Qogita credit back, then Matthew got that for $5.50 earlier. Wow, even better. Yeah, I don't know. I guess they'll come after you. I have no idea, to be honest. Yeah, I guess they can come after you legally, I suppose, or your company anyway. So, yeah, but not recommended to do that. If you are struggling to pay off, I recommend you get yourself signed up to, let me get the link for it, one of my favorite credit cards here, and that is Capital on Tap. And there you go. So use that link there to sign up. You get £75 for free. Obviously, I don't recommend normally credit cards, using them for debt, more just for the points. But they do a drawdown where you can draw down some money to pay. If you've got a short-term cash flow issues, you can use that drawdown potentially. Not financial advice. I used it myself for 3 or 4 days. I actually didn't get charged any interest, which was quite nice. But yeah, it was quite good. So I borrowed $5,000 from them as a drawdown, which means basically you can take your balance from your credit card and they'll give you the cash for it into a bank account, which is quite nice. So I did that for a very short temporary period. Yeah. Well, that might help. I'm not recommending doing I'm just saying, I'm giving you some options. So I'm not recommending anything. But yeah, anyway, cool. Let's get rid of K18 as well, actually. So as I'm just going through here, I'm making a few lists of brands that I'm just going to remind my brother to remove from the price drops. Because as well, we've gotten rid of quite a few of the other brands we can't sell, like Diesel, Calvin Klein, things like that. So makes it a little bit easier to go through and find those deals. Again, that's another perk of the Qogita price drops. Need removing. Cool, right, we'll carry on anyway. Cool, so we got this SC one. I feel like I've seen this brand before, but I'm not sure if you can sell this one. I just want to see if anyone's bought this Max Factor or not. This looked like a really good deal to me. I don't know why no one's bought this one. You've got that Brute one as well. Weird, ready below requested. I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, SC, let's have a look at this one here. Is this a private label brand or is this all good? It's £3.40 to buy, so it's not exactly the greatest deal in the world. It's less than 50 SPM. But again, you start building up a lot of these slower sellers that maybe other people might avoid. Could be quite good, really, especially when your cost of goods is so low. These all the ones I've shown you, like the Maybelline hair dye, this nail polish here, I guess it's nail polish. All this stuff is very low cost of goods. This is how you can actually build up quite a lot of money by selling a lot of these ones that maybe don't sell the most, But they still sell though, and you can still make money here. And look at this. I mean, in terms of the graph, it looks pretty stable. If we go to the year, it's definitely been lower. But if we look at the past sort of like 5 months, it's been pretty much on the money between 875 and 999. The only thing is, can you sell this brand? I'm not sure. We do have other FBA sellers on here, so it looks actually okay. So this is actually a brand that should be fine. I'm just talking to my younger brother here. Right, so hopefully I got the right CSV anyway. Cool, right then. So let's carry on anyway. This is a scan I did today, right? So my brother's just saying like, yeah, anyway. Let's just carry on. Where can you see the scan name? Can't remember. Anyway, let's carry on looking. So Redkin, can we do sell Redkin? £3.13, 2000 SPM. So for Capital on Tap, you do not need to be VAT registered, but you do need to be a limited company. So the max factor not coming up with barcode. Not sure what you mean. This one here, I'll post it for you again. You're saying it's not showing up in Qogita? Is that what you're saying? And I can't remember what the ASIN was. It's further up. Here we go. That's that one there. Have a look at that one. Do your analysis, and if you're happy with it, go ahead and buy it. Yeah, SA looks like a pretty good brand, so keep an eye out for that one as well. Again, you're not going to get rich off those, but you know it does build up some money. Redkin, I feel like this is a PL one, but again, I'm not 1,000% sure on every single brand. Let's have a look here at this one. So cost of goods 18.19. Yeah, it's a bit thin, isn't it? You know, £3, 16% ROI. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. I'd say just log out and log back in of Qogita maybe, or close it down and reopen it. That's the only thing I can suggest really. Redkin here. So let's look at this. It's a lower ROI. Again, it's quite nice here. You got the Arbisource search. You can see where else you can buy it from. So you can see you're getting quite a nice price there. There is one FBA seller. I'm not sure if this is private label. It looks a bit thin anyway on the ground when it comes to profit. So I don't know. You guys can do your own analysis on this one. I think I've been skipping this brand. It's a little bit up and down, 25 to 30. So it's not too bad really. Profit's quite nice. ROI is a little bit low, but yeah. Weller's good brand. I think a few people have been asking about this brand recently, but yeah, this looks like a good brand to me. 1000 SPM, so chocolate touch is the, I was going to say the flavor of this, but it's the color. We've got a buy price of £6.48. So you can just see here how you could literally stock hundreds of products from Qogita. You keep an eye on them, on the price drops, or through Qogita price drop server. Keep an eye out for replans and stuff. You could be printing money every single month when these things restock. And this one here like sells 1,000 per month. So 35% ROI, £2.32 profit, 1,000 SPM. Doesn't get better than that really, does it? I don't think. So yeah, there's one FBA seller. I'm pretty sure you can sell this brand, Weller. Maybe someone else got some other experience with it, but you know, okay, the price is a little bit inflated though, I will say, at £15. So just going back to reality here, I was getting a little bit excited. But you know, it does fluctuate up and down quite a bit. It's still probably, it's a little bit thin actually, this one actually, now I look at it. So if it's down to like £11, then you're gonna be losing money. So 65p. But you could be making, yeah, I don't know, this one's actually a bit tricky. I'd say actually I got a little bit overexcited there on this one, and actually given the past sort of this one's actually inflated. So just totally ignore me on this one. I totally got too excited here. But yeah, so oh, Chris, you got refused. Okay, that's okay. Why were you asking about that then? That sucks. Oh well. Just use the old Amex or Capital on Tap to, you know, it's all good. Gives you, I think 30 days, doesn't it? Or so. It depends how much, you know, when you buy in your credit card statement cycle. Yeah, ignore me on that Weller one. I got a little bit excited there by the sales per month, things like that. It actually was a bad product. So a bit of inflated price. So This one here has got not much of a buy box at the moment, so we'll probably skip that one then. Not that many perfumes, actually, surprisingly. We're only on page 1, by the way. I think we found like 3 potential leads or 4 potential leads. Definitely one really good sort of killer one. So look, Nioxin. I'm not sure if we can sell this brand either. Again, a lot of brands, you know, I'm not that familiar with. I've got a feeling I've seen this one as PL or IP. Let's have a look. Looks like we've got other FBA sellers, but no, just one actually. Tools for Beauty Limited. Interesting. I'm not sure about this brand. £28 as well. A little bit inflated anyway. Buy price is $15.75, so we'll probably skip that one anyway. It's a little bit inflated. Let's try and find a really good. I'm going to go through it. Schwarzkopf. Can we do Schwarzkopf? There's some brands here that I'm dead certain they're IP, but then they're actually not. So just need to double check and keep track, I suppose, of what brands you can sell. This is why it's good to like specialize in certain areas. So like hair dyes and things like that. Oh, Nioxin's transparency. There's another. Yeah, that could be why. So again, always double check these. Add them to your Seller Central before you buy them. Just double check if there's any restrictions or anything like that on them, like transparency codes. Just having a quick drink there. Right. So yeah, this one here, a little bit of a slower seller, 31 SPM, pretty stable price though. Guess I was going to try and figure out, is this sellable? Can you sell Schwarzkopf? Let me just double check in my Amazon account. Well, I suppose we could always check in Arbisource using check restrictions. Apparently I can add it to inventory, so it might be fine actually. Not sure. £4 profit on this one, 442. Not too bad. Again, it's a little bit of a slower seller. Price is pretty stable though, like between $14.50 and $15.50 for the past 3 months. It's been a little bit lower throughout the year, down to like down to like £11. So worst case scenario here, we're kind of looking at like £1 profit. Best case scenario, we're looking at like £4 profit. Not too bad really. So it's a little bit of a slower seller though. So yeah, that could be quite a nice one. Again, there's so many variations here. Potentially you could make, you know, if you can end up stocking a decent number of these variations, you could end up, you know, building quite a nice little profitable items there basically by building up quite a few of them. So OPI, again, this one here this is definitely restricted, right? Pretty sure. Yeah, well, you can apply for it apparently. Let me have a look quickly. Let's have a look at this one here. OPI. Yeah, you can't sell this one. So OPI. You can't sell that one. I will get that removed from the CSV. So again, all this data here came from the Qogita price drop server. That's where all this data came from. Every single hour, it spits out a file you can download with all the price drops that 1 hour, and you can put them into Arbisource. And by the way, I've just released a video, by the way, released at 7 p.m, which shows you the exact process that I do to do this, basically. So from step 1 to step 2 to step 3, you can check that out. It's in my on my YouTube channel. You can see exactly how I did that. It's got like a 10-minute video, shows you exactly all the steps that I've done to get to this point where I've got all these deals to find. So let's have a look at, see if I actually recognize something. So we can see here actually these Schwarzkopf ones, we end up being with quite a few different like colors and stuff. Unless they're the same one. 7941. No, it's a different EAN. So Dimitri says, do you go for such big variations? Sure, if there's money to be made. Like I said, let's look at the example here. This Schwarzkopf one, look, there's 32 variations. Now, I'm just picking numbers out of the head here, basically, but the sky. If I can somehow stock 10 of these, okay, 10 different variations on this listing. Well, I've now built a 320 SPM listing, assuming they're all 32 or 30 SPM. So, 10 times 30 is 300. I'm making, let's say, £2 profit per unit. So that's £600 per month I'll be making off what is quite a cheap-ish product to make. So this is why I like to go for a lot of these lower SPM items, because if you can get a lot of them, you can build up quite a nice little like I guess I was gonna say like a nest. It's more like a little like portfolio of all these lower selling products. And oftentimes, especially with these ones as well, they're quite cheap to buy. So you're actually building up quite a nice profit, and you're making quite a nice ROI, like 40% ROI, 83% ROI I'm looking at here. So, it's quite nice actually. So I actually kind of like to go for these. This is like if you've got more capital as well. So I'm not saying, you can target these products if you want. They can be quite good products to go for. But yeah, I mean, yeah. So that's my thought process behind it, I suppose. So Will says, how many results are you normally getting out the price drop series? I know it obviously varies, but I'm only getting like 2 pages out of 10,000 products. Filter's very low too. Yeah, I'm getting loads. Like this one here is 1,071 results. So, and with the filters, it's 476 results. And this was, let me have a quick look at my thing here. This was basically from 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 12 p.m., 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., up to, so between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m., this is what this data is basically. So what's that, 6 hours worth of data throughout the day? Yeah, so I just make sure you maybe definitely selecting the correct columns when you're doing Arbisource. So we can go ahead and actually, if I just open this in another window, and we have a look here. So let me go to scans. We've got a scan running right now, by the way. So it's found 1,000 results out of 38,000 so far. So just to remind you guys, and to be fair, I've covered this in my video, so go and check that out on my channel, but I'll show you very quickly. So select upload, select whatever file you want. So this is the combined one here that I did. I combined them using ChatGPT, by the way. Hope it's not going to kill the internet here uploading this file. Just call it whatever. So first column here is UPCEAN. Second column is product name. Now on this one here, I go to the very last price one here and I select. So it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th column along is price including VAT. And then scroll all the way to the end here. Now, if you want to do image matching as well, you can select the image URL here, and then I do the product URL as well. And that's pretty much it. Uncheck check restrictions and click start scan. So pretty simple. That's how I do it basically. So hopefully that helped you, Will. This is, like I say, this is just today. So like 6 hours worth from today. There's so much money to be made on this site. It's kind of crazy. This is why I don't know. It's amazing how few people are taking advantage of this method, because it's literally, there's no other site out there with such a concentration of deals than Qogita right now. And then when you pair it with the Qogita price drop server, when you pair it and use Arbisource as well, then it's basically a fantastic way to print money, I think. So there's it's the highest concentration of deals that I know right now. Take advantage now before it gets too saturated, although I'm not sure that's ever going to happen. Yeah, portfolio bricks portfolio bricks sometimes. Yeah, maybe. Well, that's where you got to do your research, haven't you? So that's one downside to buying those lower SPM items. But at the same time, well, I don't know how many people are watching this. We've got 15 concurrent viewers right now. We had 20 at one point, I think. Most people kind of avoid those kind of items. So, I kind of like to go for the things that people avoid. So, yeah. Could be a good opportunity there. Right, let's have a look and see if we can find any more items anyway. So we scroll down a bit. Where were we? Rimmel. We've looked at that CeraVe one. Interesting. Why is this one? Is this a different one? Price looks relatively stable. Did anyone buy this, by the way? No one could find it. Maybe I've got cart hold on it. I don't know. But yeah, let's have a look at this one anyway. So we've got the CeraVe hydrating cream. This is the 1 litre one. The cost of goods is $14.86. I swear we looked at this one or a different one earlier. I'm not sure if it's the same one. Yeah, combining CSV. Yeah, just literally use ChatGPT. You can only do 10 files at a time. Just drag them into ChatGPT, say, then combine these CSV files into one CSV file. And it does that for you basically. So, yeah, that's the tip that I use. I swear we've looked at this before. It's the same one. I don't know why it's come back up again. But yeah, I'm saying that I have combined CSVs here. So let's see if we can find. I'm looking for like a perfume. I've looked at this one before. It's a bit of a slower seller. This one, I think. Let me just double check though quickly. Yeah, it's a little bit of a slower seller. 17.28 though. So you can see I've looked at this before. £4 profit though. Not too bad. Very stable price on this. Oh no, it's only got 14 days of data apparently. So okay, never mind. Looks stable in the 14 days anyway. Lacombe, I've looked at this one I think as well in the past. Obviously, mostly what I buy is perfumes, but I'm saying that I've got other items as well like makeup, cosmetics, lipsticks, all sorts of stuff like that. They've been very good. So this is, good lord, this is quite an expensive one. Here that we've got very stable price, but probably doesn't sell much. 50 apparently, although Amazon's not saying 50, so could be kind of an interesting one. But yeah, there's not much history on this product, so bit yeah, I don't know, probably would say skip this one. Again, another Schwarzkopf one there, different color. So there's plenty of these Schwarzkopf ones, the Weller ones as well. So Clinique's quite a nice one. I'm trying to find one that I've not seen before. So on Qogita website, the main website, if you download hot deals only sheet, you get many NAM prices and not a number is what that means. I don't ever do that method, to be honest. When I first started doing Qogita, I just download the catalog and put it into Arbisource. But now that's the slow and sort of not the best method. That's why you use Qogita price drops. So I don't know, Dimitri, you're in the Qogita price drops, right? I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you are. Let's have a look. Oh, you're not? Okay. So get yourself in there. You're definitely missing out. That is the way to go, basically. The Qogita price drops is literally OP. I even had a debate with my brother, actually, before he released it. I was like, do you know what? Maybe we should just keep this to ourselves. But then I realised, actually, even if we did that, though, we literally wouldn't have enough money to buy the deals. So there was no point hoarding it to ourselves. Let's try and find a perfume, if there's any good perfumes in here. Okay, Britney Spears could be interesting. What's the sales per month in this one? So with this kind of stuff now, we don't see any kind of crazy SPM on this one. It could be private label, but probably not. What I'm looking for though on the chart now, and let me just make sure this is profitable. £10.23 here. Don't know why this is just not loaded. What I'm looking for here on the chart is ideally a spike in SPM around Christmas. Now we've got a 50 SPM one here, but at Christmas there really wasn't any kind of spike. So this one here, I'm not sure how popular it is. The price does look a little bit high as well. Probably skip that one. I was getting sometimes these celebrity kind of perfumes and aftershaves can do well. So but yeah, so CeraVe is restricted now. Is it? I actually don't know. Let me just double check. Go back and find it. Scroll down, go back to page 2. It could be restricted now. So I swear I've definitely sold the brand in the past, but let me get the ACE in here, have a quick look, and then go back to that page 3. Yeah, I've sold it in the past. I swear I've got some in stock as well. No, I can still sell it apparently, so it's not restricted, or seems fine to me, that one. I just searched it on my Amazon account. Clinique can be a great one as well. Let's have a quick look. So the Britney Spears was no good. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to quickly just have a quick filter here. I'm going to put a £5, let's go for £6 profit, 20% ROI. Just see what we come up with basically with here. Hopefully we're going to get a few more perfumes and stuff. Have a quick look. What I'm going to do is going to go by deal score maybe this time and see if I can find a quick perfume item. So there's a Tom Ford. Well, I'm pretty sure Tom Ford's restricted. I'm not ungated on it, but you guys could be. You can apply to sell it. So quite a nice profit on that one. Although, be careful now. Dolce & Gabbana one. This could be kind of interesting. So the price looks pretty stable overall. 125 mil, 43.18 cost of goods on this one. So 43.18. Price looks pretty damn stable. It's a little bit high, £86. The only problem here is SPM. We do have like a 50 SPM here, maybe. I don't know. It's kind of interesting one. This bit risky, I suppose. That one there, bit in thinking about. We've got the Gucci Rush one here. This could be interesting as well. Let's have a look at this one. So, did I ever get ungated on Paco Rabanne? I did not. No. So I've tried, and they're basically not even like looking. They keep saying to me, "You're not allowed to submit what do they keep saying to me? I'll have a look actually. It's like you're not allowed to submit like a receipt or a confirmation email or pro forma or whatever. I'm like, I've not done that. I've sent you like a proper invoice. They're not even looking at the information I'm sending them. It's really kind of nuts. So ungating right now, especially these bigger perfume brands, is kind of difficult. This one looks kind of good. So apparently I've looked at this before. 42.82, 38.91 now, so even cheaper. So £12 profit in this one. 50 SPM, Gucci Rush. Looks pretty good, pretty stable price as well. So this could be quite a nice one. No history at Christmas, unfortunately, but looks like at the moment 50 SPM. So if it's 50 now, it's got to go up at Christmas. But yeah, cool, nice little one we found at the end there. So I'm just going to switch over now. I'll hang around, answer questions and stuff, but you know, yeah, an hour of sourcing is pretty much my limit generally, especially when I'm doing streaming. But hopefully you guys found that useful anyway. So I'll hang around and answer any questions you've got about Amazon or Qogita and things like that, unless you are sick of listening to me talk. But yes, today's been slow, very slow. So yesterday I made, let me move the mic closer. Yesterday I made £284 profit, so not too bad. 39% ROI, but today not good. I'm on £92 profit, so not that great. Bit of a slow day today. Looking, what have I sold? Quite a few lower priced items, but you know, there's a lot of those ones that kind of add up, you know, that have helped make some profit today. Quite a nice Qogita item here this one's very nice. So obviously can't tell you exactly what I'm selling, but I've got an item here that's made me £1.81. That's 22% ROI. That's not too bad. It's okay. It's not amazing. Another one here that I love, £2.71. So £2.70 profit, 92.5% ROI. Crazy, really good that one. Good SPM as well on that one. Another one here, which is even the best one I've seen so far, £6.44 profit. So it cost me £9.22, selling for £25, 83.85% ROI. These are all Qogita orders, by the way. Another one here, £4.95 profit, 46.8% ROI. Again, another Qogita one that I bought over the few months. Another perfume here, £7.86 profit. I swear that was like £9 profit earlier. Need to check the price on that one. But yeah, you can see all these, like a lot of my sales actually right now are Qogita leads, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, pretty good. Nope, not a single one of those, Matthew. Not a single one of those today, actually. I don't think I've got very few left, actually, now, to be honest. So, yeah, kind of out the game on that one, especially after it got leaked into that Profit Sweep Lounge chat. Yeah, so, a very nice one here, a £9 profit perfume, 25% ROI. Pretty nice, to be honest. Yeah, so a few good sales today, but not adding up to much, which is a bit of a shame. But so yeah, if you guys got any questions, I'm happy to hang out for another sort of 10, 15, 20, whatever really. If you guys want to ask me any questions or anything, I know I did the Q&A yesterday. But yeah, if you've got any questions, let me know if you want to hang out. Otherwise, we'll call it a day. But hopefully you guys are seeing the power of Qogita and yeah, and I'm going to put it back on here again as well, the discount codes. Like if you use all three of these, this is a literal money printing method right now. It's kind of nuts. So yeah, Qogita price drops, Arbisource Qogita. This is the money printing method. I've just done a whole video on this as well. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. So yeah, that's the discount codes there if you want to get signed up. And so if you want to check out the video on my channel, I just released that as well. Let me have a look, actually, see how many views it's got so far. Go and have a look at YouTube quickly. Have a look and see how many views it's got so far. So 24 views so far. I only released it at 7 o'clock. It's not too bad, really. So my channel's not the biggest in the world. 5,550 subscribers, I think, right now. So not too bad at all. But yeah, how are sales for you guys going? For me, they've been really slow. I think maybe it's hopefully the calm before the storm. Hopefully Christmas is going to be like crazy. At the same time, though, I think a lot of people, I mean, I'm certainly worried about it, but worried about the budget being released on the 30th of October. Like, Labour basically said they're going to be taxing us all to absolute like hell, basically. They're going to be hitting us from every single angle. One of the biggest tax raids in living memory, I think, which I think maybe a lot of people are worried about, or maybe they're not. Oh, you retracted the message. Well, I missed that one. But yeah, so I'm not sure why it's so slow for me anyway. So, yeah, so your focus on fragrance this Q4 pretty much ignored and went all in on tech last 2 quarters. Yeah, I mean, I haven't got enough money to do it all. I know toys are really big, tech's really big, like gift sets are really big. I mean, I'm basically tapped out just buying perfumes and things like that. So, yeah, there's a lot of, as long as you're in one of the, you're in one of the main ones, which, tech is obviously a huge one for Christmas. Perfume's obviously huge for Christmas. Toys and video games are huge for Christmas. Then you're all good, aren't you, really? So, or spread between them all. But once you realise how many leads are available for each one, for me, I've just not even looked at toys. I know Adam, who was in here earlier, he's big on his toys. He does Smiths a lot, things like that. So that's where his focus is, and then he'll do very well. Mine's on perfumes. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can't do it all. So when you check your leads, you don't check which variation sells better. What do you mean exactly? So, you mean like looking, I guess that would be a way to do it. So then looking at the variation, seeing which one's the best variation, and then I guess trying to find that one. I suppose that's not a bad idea. You're essentially like reverse sourcing at that point. Yeah, potentially. Could be worth looking actually on that one and seeing. I'm assuming it just showed up on the Qogita price drops though, if it was a deal. So, but yeah, so Will says, do prep centers get cheaper rates sending DG? Now that UPS small business has gone, I can't find a decent shipping method for it. Yeah, you're never allowed to really send DG through that anyway, so just use a prep center. So do they get a better rate? I'm sure they do. The one that I use right now is, well, I use 2, but one of them is closed off right now for new members. But I use Scuific, and they send it via DPD, I believe. They've obviously got a contract with DPD to send dangerous goods. And I'm not actually sure how much they pay, but maybe if I look at my invoices, I could potentially see. Billing, let's have a look. They've got a really nice web portal, by the way, Scuific, if you want to have a look at that. Charges for outbound DG. Let's have a look here. So what did they charge me? I actually can't find the payment charge for that one. So, okay, here we go. Now, here we go. So they did, it cost £16.35 to send 2 parcels, 2 dangerous goods parcels, £16.35. So what's that, £8.16 each, something like that, £8.16, which isn't really that bad, really. So I recommend anyone who wants to do dangerous goods, just get a prep center, get onto Scuific. They're really great. You can't send DG yourself, really, unless you're doing higher volumes. So yeah, definitely recommend using a prep center, and say Scuific's a great one. 100% get onto that one, and don't do it yourself because you're not insured when you send it in. And I think Amazon recently sent an email out saying you need to be a little bit careful about making sure you're following the rules when you're sending in products to Amazon. So now UPS small business is gone, but you can still log in and UPS and still get discounts, right? I'm not sure, to be honest. But yeah, so Will's saying self-prep at the moment, Prep Center is looking at is £2 per box plus shipping for DG. Yeah, I mean, yeah, just pay it though. I mean, you can't do DG yourself really, so just use a Prep Center just for DG. Like, there's nothing wrong with doing that. That's what I recommend. Like, keep everything else in-house, but DG, use a Prep Center. Nothing wrong with doing that, basically. So yeah, and say what the Screwific charge per box is. I mean, that's another way they make extra money. They charge £3 per box, which is quite a lot of money to be fair, but it's just part of the business. If I was worried about that, my profit margins are high enough, let's put it like that, so I can accept those kind of costs. And to be fair, great thing about Screwific I've seen here a few times where, here we go, an adjustment here was made for £9 because they reused boxes. So when they can, Screwific are reusing boxes and crediting me actually back for those, which is quite nice. So when they can reuse a box, they are doing that, which is awesome. So they're a great prep center to be fair. So get on to Screwific if you want this. They're backed by the PPP, the Buy What Pro people. They're all legit and stuff. It's all good. Just going to double check if we've got any questions in the chat. Let's have a look. B&M, nothing interesting there. Let's have a look quickly. Yeah, nothing too exciting there. So, as Matthew says, use a prep center for everything. Prep is mind-numbing. I agree. I did a lot of it in-house. I've got to the point now where even the thought of prepping makes me feel ill. It is just way too. It is mind-numbing. I'd rather spend my time doing like a live stream for you guys, or doing a video, or just chilling out and relaxing. Definitely, pay a prep center to prep for you, 100%. Just build it into your profit margins. There's loads of deals out there. You can still make plenty of money using a prep center. And if you send them enough as well, I'm sure you can negotiate a better price as well. So, I'm with Screwific, with another prep center as well. I like to balance it out, to be fair, right now, just so one of them doesn't get overwhelmed. So I use those two at the moment, and they're both really good. But yeah, Warehouse Goblins is, which is my other prep center, not sure I mentioned it, is closed for new customers right now because they just got too many people on there. Too many people signed up. Screwific, they're the ones to go for. I'm actually going to go and visit them tomorrow, actually, so I've got some items to drop off to them. So for my brother, actually. So he's got some DG stuff. I said don't send it through UPS. It's £2,000-3,000 worth of stuff, so we're just going to drop it off at the prep center, let them deal with it. They've got the proper contracts in place to send dangerous goods through the parcel network. It's not worth taking the risk, in my opinion. So on that one, so kind of got a new T-shirt on here, cracked out a new one just for the live stream. Hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. Anyway, we've got more viewers now that I'm talking here than we had when I was just doing the Qogita sourcing. So maybe you guys prefer me just talking. If you guys got any questions, let me know. Trying to think what I'm going to do after this. Might go and do some shopping potentially. I had some dinner beforehand. I had some ramen noodles. That's my new go-to at the moment. Like really spicy ramen noodles. Heats you up, especially when the weather's getting a little bit crap. Might go for a nice walk as well. Put the headphones on. Been rocking out to like 90s dance music at the moment. That's definitely the music I'm enjoying. Like remixed 90s music. Shows how old I am. And then I definitely need to go through all my, looking at my sales. My sales are down definitely, so I need to go through all my repricing on PPP and just lower a few prices, I think, just to encourage a few more sales. Otherwise, it's going to be a really poor month. This month is really not that good, actually. Let's have a look. So I mentioned it yesterday, but I'm now on £3,783 profit for the month. We're halfway through the month, which is really bad. So I need a really stellar second half of the month. And So Lewis, hey, Simon, how long delivery times typically take from Qogita? And when you replacing last orders Christmas? So it all depends on the wholesaler. It comes from 400 plus different wholesalers. Every single one of them is different. Some of them dispatch almost right away, and it takes like a day or two, especially if they're in the UK. Other ones are in like Germany and wherever, Poland. That's obviously going to take a little while. Typically, it's like between, let's say, it could be up to like 10 working days. So this is wholesale. It can take a little bit longer, especially if it's coming from Europe and they've got to pay all the import fees and stuff. It can take a little bit longer. So when's the last time I'm going to be ordering from Qogita? Probably, realistically, if I'm buying stuff for Q4, it'll be probably very early December, like 1st of December. Again, it depends where this wholesaler is. If they're in the UK, then I don't mind ordering it. If it's from, say, Germany, That's going to be cutting it a bit close, I think. But yeah, that would be kind of like. But then when it comes to OA and stuff like that, then you can probably go all the way up to say the 10th of December, maybe a little bit later than that. That's depends what the check-in times are like. We don't know what they're going to be like at the moment. Last year they were pretty good. This year they may be atrocious. So obviously then you have to take that into account. But yeah, and then obviously RA you can do all the way up to say about the 15th as well. That's pushing it though. That is pushing it. If you buy something on the 15th, send it out same day. I don't know. 15th is probably, I don't know. But if you can get it in time, you can make a lot of money. So Snappy, love the 90s old school. Yeah, me too. That's all I'm listening to at the moment. So Matthew says, yeah, well, you obviously enjoy listening to my voice. Yeah, so it's the microphone's doing all the work, so it gives you a very deep voice. So Dana says, is there a minimum number of SPM you aim for when buying? What I aim for, Danners, is how much money I can make per month on a listing. That's what I'm looking at. So if I can sell one a month and I can make £50 on that one sale a month, then I'll buy it. So you need to decide what your sort of minimum per month is going to be on that listing. For me, it's around the £30 to £40 mark. So I need to be making, £30, £40 per listing per month. So whether that comes from, let's say it's £40, for example, whether that's one sale at £40 or whether that's 10 sales at £4 profit each, whatever you want to do, basically. So that's what I'm looking at, basically. So it's factoring in, obviously, the SPM, the number of sellers that are on the listing as well. Obviously, assuming that you divide up the sales evenly, which is kind of the assumption you kind of have to make. And then going from there basically to decide exactly like whether I'm going to go for it. And especially when you come VAT registered as well, depending on where you're buying from, there's like an admin headache attached to every single order. So if you're making an order and you're going to make like £5 profit per month, so not worth doing, because when you factor in like chasing invoices, all that kind of stuff, it's just not worth it. So like the ease of ordering and the ease of getting that VAT invoice, and if there's any headaches that attach to that order, like they frequently miss items and stuff like that, is all factoring into my head on like whether I'm going to order from them or not. But yeah, Elliot says, do you find more productive at night than the morning? I find that. So personally, I am more productive in the morning. I find that when I sleep in and stuff and I'm up late, I can't motivate myself to work. But if I wake up nice and early, like 6 a.m., 5 a.m., whatever, I'm definitely more motivated to do loads of work. And I think it's just because I feel like, if I wake up like 6 a.m. and I work for like 3 hours, I feel like, I've got like 3 hours in before most people even started working. So for me, it gives me like a bit of a boost. So I definitely prefer being up early. But right now, my sleeping pattern is a little bit messed up. I've been sleeping in quite late and going to bed quite late as well. So I'd like to change that back. That I'm definitely more productive when I wake up early. So how do we hunt price tankers? I don't even worry about it. So yeah, it doesn't even factor into my mind, basically. Like obviously when I'm sourcing, I'm looking to make sure the product hasn't got a history of price tanking and stuff. But if it tanks, it's like being annoyed at the rain. It's like pointless. It's just the way the market works. You're going to get some people that panic sell, let them sell out. I hold out. I make the money. I've got the numbers to back it up. They probably don't. I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't even factor into my mindset, to be honest. Doesn't bother me at all. Like I said, it's like the equivalent of being annoyed at the weather. It's just like, what's the point? Nothing you can do to change it. So that's supply and demand. So unfortunately, there is no discount for Skewific. There's no even affiliate link as well. It's just I'm just sending you there because I recommend it. But yeah, so unfortunately, no discount codes that I'm aware of anyway. So Matthew says, still worth carrying on sending stuff in. I had stuff checked in the other day after Boxing Day last year. I think sales were good. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, like if it's something that's like, if it's a Christmas tree, for example, there's obviously going to be a limit on when you can sell that before the price tanks. So again, it all comes down to your judgment, what you're selling. If it's like a pure Christmas item, like an advent calendar or a Christmas tree or whatever, there's obviously going to be a certain limit. Like advent calendars, after December 1st, they're probably going to start tanking. Things like depending on what's in it and stuff like that. So you need to use your best judgment really on what you're sending in. So, but yeah, there's items that still do very well into January. But obviously things are dying off. But don't forget, people get money, they get vouchers, all that kind of stuff for Christmas. So they do spend that in January. But use your best judgment on a lot of this stuff. That's all this is basically. There's no like one set formula for Amazon or anything, any business really. You got to use your judgment, use your experience, and go from there. So that's why I say first year is for learning, second year is for earning. So I need to make a t-shirt. So I actually just got a bunch of blank t-shirts delivered. I'm going to get like an FBA mogul logo printed on them, so and start wearing those in my videos and stuff like that. So if I can find someone to actually do the printing for me. So CY says, what do you do with products you can't sell on Amazon or return goods? So what do I do with them? I pile them up in a big pile and just let them sit there, which is what I'm doing at the moment. But at some point, I need to start eBaying them. When I first started, I was in a good process of getting the returns in, inspecting them, either sending them back in as used, because you can sell on Amazon as used, like very good, like new, good, and I can't remember what the other one is. You can sell them in like that if you want, depending on what it is. Otherwise, you can eBay it, or you can, if it's faulty, for example, you can return it to the retailer, get a refund, things like that. So for me, I've just definitely neglected that. It's what they call like the death pile. I've got a big death pile that needs sorting at some point. But yeah, so I don't recommend you do what I've done though. So Dimitri says, and I hope I'm pronouncing that by the way. Do you have many claims with? I guess Q is Qogita. How long does it take to resolve? So I've done 3 claims now. I think yesterday I said 2, but it's 3. 2 were for damaged items because they came in like a tin and they were very dented. I've got paid out on 1 already. The other one's being a little bit slow. I know they're overwhelmed with claims right now, Qogita. They definitely, my contact said to me, like, it's one of the things they're working on hard now because it's like they're getting overwhelmed with claims at the moment. So they're looking to improve that process. But one of the things they've had actually is clogging up claims is people are, they're expecting this to be like online arbitrage, like Amazon Prime. They're like, they're opening cases saying my item's not here and it's been like 2 days. It's like, this is wholesale, not online arbitrage, not Amazon. So things do take a bit. So they've definitely kind of figure out the process of the claims process. So, but they are definitely getting clogged up with people sending in like silly claims essentially. The other one was for a Versace like mini perfume. It was like a tester. It said on the back of it like not for resale, and they basically said they'll refund you for those kind of items. So you're not technically allowed to sell them on Amazon. I was like, I'm just gonna try and get money back, and I did, and then I've just gifted them to people. So I've got a bunch of friends, and they're always appreciative of if I give them to their girlfriends or whatever, or I've got a friend just basically give them to them. They love getting a little mini perfume, so it works out quite well for me. I just give them away. They're in the back of my car. I just give them out to people randomly. So I think I had like 15 or 20, I don't know, maybe 30 of them actually. Not sure. So kind of nice little gift to give people. But yeah, and how lucky. Yeah, thanks. We'll start a death pile. Yeah, don't recommend it at all. But it's like, so yeah, there's a new service coming out with Jacob, who I think he's in the beta testing it right now. He's going to take people's returns and deal with them for you. He'll eBay them, things like that. So that's a sorely needed service. So I think he's just figuring out the processes or ironing out all the kinks and stuff before that releases out to the public. So that'll be really good. I'll be sending him all my returns, to be honest. Because I can't be able to deal with them. Yeah, to be honest, returns are just like an absolute nightmare. They really are. They just take up so much time to deal with. I mean, one thing I did, and I mentioned this in other sort of videos, is when I was doing returns, like I guess one part of it is like inspecting and testing. I just never tested items, so I just sell them on eBay as working. And then if the customer said to me like it doesn't work, I'd be like, I'll just give them a refund. Don't know if that's the best way or not, but sitting there and testing items just takes way too long. So I just like sell it as working, and then if it wasn't working, that's final confirmation, and then just basically just give them a refund and say keep it, trash it, do what you want with it. Yeah, so that's what I did basically. But yeah, we need a process. Well, that's what Jacob's doing. Hopefully that'll get released soon. So yeah, so got to go, Matthew. Yeah, no problem, Matthew. Thanks for joining us. Do appreciate it. I probably should shoot off as well soon. But yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed the listen. Hopefully you saw some good deals there, and we found some okay deals. It wasn't the best sourcing. I don't rehearse this. It's just it is what it is. So sometimes you find great deals, sometimes you find like okay deals. To be fair, we found like £100 lead. So that is it Clinique? Can't remember what it was now. Yeah, I think it was Clinique. No, it's max factor. Sorry, max factor. Whatever it was. Yeah, so not too bad really. So yeah. So how quickly did you switch to a prep center after starting? No, Empire. I basically held on for way too long. I self prep for probably a year to year and a half. Before I finally bit the bullet. I think I went to prep center, went back in house because I was like, oh, I'm spending quite a lot of money on prep center. But you've got to just take on those kind of costs and accept them. It just obviously sucks when you've got, you've had a bad month. Like my month's looking pretty poor, and I might end up spending, let's say, £1,500, £2,000 on prep, and another, say, £1,000, £1,500, or whatever it's going to be on, employees like VAs, and then I basically break even for the month. But you just got to accept that can happen. Actually, I think last year October was a bad month for me as well. Now I think about it. So yeah, you got to kind of stick with it and know that you're going to have the ups and downs. But yeah, so yeah, I mean they are definitely backlogged now. So it's yeah, Dimitri. So it sucks, but yeah, don't worry, you'll get a refund eventually or something sorted. It'll get sorted out for you. But yeah, it's they are very backlogged on cases right now. As I said, a lot of people have been opening cases for kind of silly reasons a little bit, which is kind of causing a big backlog. So it's something they're working on urgently, to be honest. So I spoke to my guy just I think 3-4 days ago, on like Friday or something like that, and we were talking about it. And yeah, he was saying they've got a ridiculous number of claims come in that need to be sorted. So hopefully not being taken advantage of by all the suppliers. I don't know who pays out all these claims and stuff, but for example, with my my perfumes, like I just got a refund on them, so I've now got 20 of these damaged perfumes that have been paid out. I can't sell them on Amazon. I could maybe eBay them, but I'm just gonna kind of I want rid of them basically because I don't eBay. It's taking up too much time. I don't know who paid out that. It was quite a lot of money, but it was like £800. So hopefully Qogita aren't paying that out because it was so poorly packaged by the supplier. It was really bad. Normally, actually, everything's been really well packed. It's been like double box, really well bubble wrapped. But this supplier from Germany just sent them with no protection whatsoever. These really fragile, and because they were tins, they were Jean-Paul Gaultier perfumes, and they come in this like tin, and they were all dented to hell. So yeah, it was not good. Cool, right, I'm going to wrap this up anyway, guys. I do appreciate you all hanging out and listening to me ramble on and do some sourcing. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed anyway. I'm going to try and do these a bit more regularly. Tomorrow, by the way, normally I do these on Wednesday, actually, but I thought I'd just jump on tonight. I might do another one tomorrow as well. We'll see if there's any, see what happens, see how I feel. But yeah, I do like doing these live sourcing sessions. Maybe I'll do some different sourcing. But yeah, Qogita right now is like where I'm sourcing. So I'm literally just like showing you what I'm doing right now. That's pretty much it. So this is pretty much every morning I kind of source, not every morning, but some mornings anyway, when I feel like spending a bunch of money, I go and source on Qogita. I've run out of money basically. So, but when I've got some spare money, I source on Qogita. This is pretty much what I'm doing when I'm sourcing. So you are seeing exactly what I'm doing every single day. So this is the exact method I'm using to find deals. So if you want to learn you've basically seen how to do it. So just replicate what I'm doing. There's plenty of deals for everyone. Plenty of money to be made for everyone. There's plenty of room on Amazon. So cool. Thanks very much everyone for watching. I do appreciate it. And go and check out that video I released earlier on today showing you the exact step to do Qogita price drops, Arbisource and Qogita. That is a killer video that's going to make you lots of money. Thanks.